great. Listen, do you understand that the last 2 years of Big Ben Roethlisberger, God bless him, Hall of Famer, we love him, 2 Super Bowl titles, we love Big Ben Roethlisberger, but we wanted him gone, okay? Because he was clearly done. And since that time, what have you had if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan? I mean, they gave you reasons to question whether a quarterback position should exist, okay, with how bad some of their quarterbacks have been. Last season, Russell Wilson and Justin Fields comes in to save the day. They were good early on, serviceable midway, porous late in the case of Russell Wilson in losing 5 consecutive games to end the regular season and then losing in the playoffs. They haven't won a playoff game since 2016. And then in the offseason, Justin Fields go to one squad in New York. Russell Wilson goes to the other squad in East Rutherford, New Jersey. They actually said we prefer the stench emanating from the swamp rather than being in the Steel City. So the Steelers were stuck with Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson. Nah, that's not what we needed. You needed the bad man. And we're going to treat Aaron Rodgers like he's a bad man because the brother can play. He's got DK Metcalf. He's got Fryermuth. And on top of it all, guess what? He ain't any of the dudes that I mentioned. There's an upside. He's playing with house money. I am very happy for Aaron Rodgers to be in the city of Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers, you heard it from your boy, Stephen A. Yes, you are a bad man. No matter what they tell you, you still got a little something left, and it's going to be better than anything that we've seen in recent memory from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going with that. I'm taking it, and I'm flowing with it. Y'all flow with it.
Sounds like he's ready for the season opener against the Jets. Stephen A. Smith, Steeler fan, pumped up about Aaron Rodgers.
Don't move from that spot, Kev. Just don't move. All right, our breaking news this hour on SportsCenter. ESPN confirming Aaron Rodgers coming back for a 21st season, and he will be a Pittsburgh Steeler. Rodgers plans to fly to Pittsburgh this week and participate in the Steelers' mandatory minicamp next week. Let us talk about this. Senior NFL insider Adam Schefter and NFL analyst Ryan Clark joining us now for more. Adam, I want to start with you. We've been waiting for Rodgers to make a decision for a few months now. What more can you tell us about how we finally got here?
Well, Jay, before we get to that, I want to tell you personally how much everybody at ESPN is behind you. This is treatable,
Absolutely.
This is beatable, you got this, and we're all rooting for you, my friend. I want to tell you that. Now, we'll go on to Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely.
And Aaron Rodgers, this has been anticipated and expected in Pittsburgh all along. And I think one of the reasons that they were so patient is because Mike Tomlin was there. And one of the main reasons that Aaron Rodgers is interested in Pittsburgh is because Mike Tomlin is there. And the Steelers have a mandatory minicamp next week. So Aaron Rodgers now can fly to Pittsburgh, sign a one-year deal, participate in that mandatory minicamp, and not step into the team cold when training camp is beginning. All along, the Steelers have expressed supreme confidence that Aaron Rodgers would be there. And now with the mandatory minicamp upon us, this is his opportunity to go in there, to begin to acclimate and get on board with his new coaches, his new teammates, and his new offense and his new city. The new start begins now, and what better week one matchup than Aaron Rodgers against his former Jets team that'll have the former Steelers quarterback, Justin Fields, starting against his former team.
Which has never happened before. We just found out. Ryan, to you, Adam mentioned the coach. You played for a number of years under Mike Tomlin. How do you see this season playing out with Rodgers under center?
Well, this was the offseason's worst kept secret. Adam Schefter pointed to minicamp's date as a time we should expect a decision. That was one tell. The schedule, the New York Jets facing the Pittsburgh Steelers in week one, and also Art Rooney Jr. saying early on in the offseason, we expect this to get done. And with all that being said, this is the worst case scenario for Pittsburgh Steelers fans. It continues to keep you mired in mediocrity. Will this team be better? Have they gotten better in the quarterback room? Absolutely. Will they contend for that championship that Pittsburgh Steelers people and fans and organization think is the standard? No, they won't. 5 years from when both of these men retire, one of them will give the most motivational Hall of Fame speech we've ever heard. Another will probably give the most interesting, and it won't mean anything. They'll be fighting for a wild card spot. They'll probably be home week one of the playoffs and again be looking for a franchise quarterback. If you told me you're going to pair one of this era's greatest coaches with one of this era's greatest quarterbacks, I'd expect greatness. That is not what we'll get. maybe 6 years ago, but not now. And I know everybody in Pittsburgh cares about that, but I care about life. Jay Harris, from the moment I walked into ESPN, bro, you have been amazing to me. You've made me feel welcome. You've made me feel worthy. You picked up the phone when other people weren't, just to make me laugh or just to tell me to keep going. So I'm going to tell you the same thing, brother. Keep going. And like I told you on the text message, I'm praying with you, and hopefully throughout the month, when you take your time off, getting stronger to come back and inspire us all again, I can make you laugh, or I can text you and tell you to keep going. I love you, man. I'm praying with you. I'm there with you. Keep fighting.
Love you too, Ryan. Adam, you too. Appreciate both of y'all. For much more on the Aaron Rodgers going to Pittsburgh. Y'all made me forget what we're talking about. Why you gonna make a brother cry? Yeah. Tony and Pablo with tonight.
That's how much love we have for you, brother.
No, right. I appreciate that. Tony and Pablo with tonight's PTI bonus topic.
All right, Pablo, do you still believe in Aaron Rodgers?
I cannot believe I'm getting asked this question. No, I don't believe Aaron Rodgers. I don't believe in Aaron Rodgers. I've seen too much. Tony, we have all seen too much. And I'm not even trying to be like grandiose about it. I watched him last season. Everyone got fired. And now the Steelers got him, and we await what happens next.
Well, I don't think Mike Tomlin is going to get fired. I mean, I really don't.
One would hope.
No matter what Aaron Rodgers does. And I think that, do I still believe in Aaron Rodgers? I don't live in New York anymore. So I don't watch those games religiously like people who live in New York do. Whenever I tuned into the Jets, it seemed to me he could still throw it. I mean, I really thought he could still throw it. I think that the greater issues here are behavioral issues, and I think there will be a behavioral détente that happens between Mike Tomlin, who is, I believe, the most veteran coach at one spot in the league, knows what he's doing, goes to the playoffs a lot, never has losing seasons. I believe there will be that with Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers will understand I have to behave this way and not necessarily that way. And I think he can still throw it, and I think I look at that division and I see Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow and Aaron Rodgers as quarterbacks of 3 of those 4 teams. And I sort of want to see that. I want to see what Aaron Rodgers does. What I'm most curious about is if at the first training table meal, somebody hands him a bowl of bark and says, chew on this. I think that would be funny. But I still believe a little bit. I do.
Yeah, I would say that some bark gnawing would be an improvement on previous diplomatic episodes that Aaron Rodgers has conducted with employers. And I do take it as fact that Mike Tomlin has never lost, never had a losing season in the NFL, much like I've never lost this specific sports segment to you. So that is it. SportsCenter, we are done. You can have it back.
Well, you lost this one. It's our first one, but you lost it.
Appreciate you. Now back to our breaking news from the NFL. ESPN confirming Aaron Rodgers is coming back for a 21st season, and he will be a Pittsburgh Steeler. Rodgers planning to fly to Pittsburgh this week and participate in the Steelers' mandatory minicamp next week. And while Aaron Rodgers is a multi-MVP winner, it hadn't been the same with him since he won an MVP back in 2021, since he last won it. His 45 QBR ranks bottom half among all QBs in that span, and his team has just a .400 win percent when he started the game. That is 19th in the NFL. Two-time Super Bowl champ Booger McFarland joins us now to break all this down. Booger, we saw Rodgers have the worst season of his career last year. How do you see this season playing out with a new team and a new coach?
Well, first of all, I'm going to speak for the rest of America. Thank God this saga is over. I think America is tired of this Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers dragging out, us talking about it every day. So now, let's talk about it in reality. He's a 41-year-old quarterback that if you protect him, his arm is still one of the best arms in the National Football League. And if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, that's something you haven't had a competent quarterback that could deliver the football from the pocket in a long time since Ben Roethlisberger. So in the right situation, being protected, and Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator, calling the right plays, and everybody staying healthy, I think this team has an opportunity to get into the postseason, which gives them an opportunity to go where Pittsburgh wants to go. Because make no mistake about this, Jay, they're not bringing Aaron Rodgers in here to go 9-8. They're not bringing Aaron Rodgers in here to win one playoff game. When you have Minkah Fitzpatrick and Cam Hayward and TJ Watt, you're going to get a 41-year-old quarterback who's a Hall of Fame quarterback to see if he can have a similar effect that Tom Brady had in Tampa when he took him to a Super Bowl. That's the goal. Anything else is going to be a disappointment, and in the right situation, maybe they can just catch lightning in a bottle, but I think he's got to go out and he's got to prove it to this new set of teammates.
So, Super Bowl or bust, in your opinion, do they have what it takes to get to the Super Bowl?
Not right now, Jay. They're a long way from it. Defensively, they're a lot closer than they are offensively. When you look at that defensive side of the football, I mentioned